You think you know when a woman's interested, but you're missing the most obvious signs. Right now, there's probably a woman who's completely captivated by you, and you have no clue. She's not going to walk up and tell you. Instead, she's giving you 8 crystal clear signals that you're totally blind to. I'm about to reveal exactly what she's doing when she's got her eye on you. And number 8 will make everything click. Sign number 1 is something that happens even when you're not around, and it's incredibly telling. She perks up when your name is mentioned. You know that moment when someone brings you up in conversation and suddenly her entire body language shifts? Her body freezes for just a split second. Her eyes flick over to whoever's talking, or she gets unusually quiet. Here's what's happening in her brain. When someone mentions your name, it triggers what neuroscientists call an involuntary attention response. Even if she's in the middle of another conversation, your name acts like a magnet for her focus. She'll lean into the conversation, not physically, but with her full attention suddenly locked on. Watch for these micro expressions. Her facial muscles soften, or she starts smiling subtly without even realizing it. That's because hearing your name literally lights up the reward centers in her brain, the same areas that activate when people experience pleasure. Your name has become associated with positive feelings, and her body can't hide that connection. The fascinating part? This happens even when you're nowhere near her. If you're mentioned in a group text or someone talks about you at work, she's having the same involuntary reaction. Her brain has essentially been programmed to pay special attention to anything related to you. But sign number 2 happens right in front of you, and most men completely miss it. She checks your reaction when she laughs. Picture this. You're in a group setting, someone tells a joke, and she laughs. But here's the key. She instantly glances your way right after laughing. This isn't random. She subconsciously wants you to see her as fun, charming, and easygoing. Your facial reaction means more to her than anyone else's in that moment. She's trying to emotionally link that good feeling to you, creating what psychologists call positive association. Here's how to spot it. In a group of 5 people, she'll laugh at something, then her eyes will dart specifically to you to gauge your response. If you look amused or engaged, she'll often laugh a little harder or keep the energy going. But if you look unimpressed or distracted, watch her tone down that energy almost immediately. You've become her emotional barometer without even knowing it. Now, sign number 3 might surprise you because it seems like the opposite of attraction. She suddenly becomes clumsy or self-conscious around you. She spills her drink, knocks something over, stumbles on words, or suddenly can't seem to coordinate her movements properly. Before you think this means she's not interested, understand what's really happening. Her nervous system is experiencing what researchers call arousal-induced motor disruption. When someone we're attracted to is nearby, our sympathetic nervous system kicks into overdrive, flooding the body with adrenaline and cortisol. You'll see her body get jittery. She's adjusting her clothes, touching her face, or reaching for something to hold. This isn't weakness or awkwardness in the usual sense. It's pure excitement she's trying to suppress. Her brain is saying something important is happening here, and her body's reacting before she can catch up. The dead giveaway? If she was completely calm and composed before you arrived and suddenly becomes klutzy when you're around, that's not coincidence. Her body is betraying her interest even while her conscious mind is trying to play it cool. Sign number 4 is all about energy shifts, and once you notice this pattern, you'll see it everywhere. Her energy changes dramatically, but only when you're nearby. She becomes louder, more expressive, more animated, specifically when you're within earshot. This is what psychologists call peacocking behavior. She's unconsciously trying to capture your attention through increased energy and presence. Her vibe shifts instantly the second you appear in her vicinity. She laughs harder at jokes, gestures more dramatically, or exaggerates her reactions to whatever's happening around her. Here's the key. It's not about impressing the other people in the room. It's about you noticing her presence. She's essentially turning up her personality volume because her brain is telling her to stand out in your field of awareness. The most telling part? When you leave the area, that intensity often fades back to normal levels. If you pay attention to this pattern, you'll notice her energy is directly correlated with your proximity. She's like a performer who only brings her A game when her favorite audience member is watching. If you're recognizing these patterns, I've got 25 more signals most men miss completely. My female psychology decoder reveals things like the 3-second glance rule and the proximity test, each with what it means and what to do next. Grab it in description if you're tired of second-guessing her interest. Now, sign number 5 is all about strategic positioning. She lingers around your area without any clear reason to be there. She'll stand or sit near your personal space without directly interacting with you, almost like she's orbiting your presence. Look for this behavior. She picks a seat with direct view access to you, even if it's less convenient than other options. She accidentally ends up nearby multiple times throughout an event or gathering. She'll find reasons to be in your general vicinity, getting a drink when you're at the bar, stepping outside when you step outside. She's essentially placing herself in your environment on purpose, but with plausible deniability. It's strategic positioning disguised as coincidence. She's waiting, giving you multiple opportunities to notice her or approach her, without making it obvious that's what she's doing. This is sophisticated social strategy. She's increasing the probability of interaction while maintaining the appearance of it being natural or accidental. Sign number 6 happens in conversations, and it's all about inclusion tactics. She steers the conversation to include you, even when you're not actively participating. She'll start referencing things you've said in previous conversations, even if they weren't particularly memorable or significant. She uses inside jokes or phrases that only you would catch, creating these little moments of connection that exclude others. She mentions topics she knows align with your interests, effectively giving you natural entry points into the discussion. Watch for this in group settings. She'll be talking to someone else, but she glances at you for feedback or reaction, like your opinion matters most. She's threading you into her social interactions, making you feel included and important, even when you're not the primary focus of the conversation. It's subtle but powerful. She's creating a social frame where you're always relevant, always considered, always part of the dynamic. Now, sign number 7 is about the quality of her attention, and it's incredibly flattering once you recognize it. She listens more intently than the moment actually deserves. You'll say something completely ordinary, maybe a comment about the weather or a random observation, and she reacts like you just shared something profound. She holds your eye contact longer than necessary during small talk. Her face stays soft and open, completely engaged, even when you're rambling about nothing important. You start to feel like you matter more than your actual words do. Here's what's happening. When someone is attracted to you, they automatically assign more value and meaning to your communications. Her brain is essentially saying, everything this person says is worth paying attention to, even when you're discussing mundane topics. That intensity isn't about what you said, it's about who said it. She's giving you premium attention, the kind usually reserved for fascinating conversations, but she's giving it to you during the most ordinary interactions. And finally, sign number 8 is my favorite because it seems counterintuitive. She teases or lightly contradicts you for no apparent reason. She'll push back on harmless opinions, not aggressively, but playfully. She says things like, "You wish," or "Oh, really?" with a sly smile and raised eyebrow. This might seem like disinterest, but it's actually the opposite. She's not trying to win arguments, she's trying to engage you in deeper interaction. This playful friction's what relationship experts call flirtatious tension, and it's a clear sign of attraction. If she wasn't interested in you, she'd simply agree with whatever you said and move the conversation along. But when someone's attracted to you, they want to extend the interaction, create more back and forth, more opportunities for connection. The teasing serves another purpose. It tests your confidence and sense of humor. She's essentially saying, can you handle a little pushback? Can you play along? It's her way of determining if you're worthy of her interest. The most fascinating part? She's not even conscious of most of these behaviors. They're automatic responses driven by pure attraction and her brain's quiet desire to connect with you. Oh, and if this opened your eyes to how much you've been missing, you'll definitely want to check out my recent video, 8 signs she wants you to notice her, but won't say it out loud. I dive into the sneaky ways women try to get your attention when they can't just come out and say it. It's eye-opening. Link's right here if you're curious. I'll see you in the next one.